Hello, how you guys doing? So, we are finally going back to the Irt Atoll here. Gonna scroll down here a little bit for you guys. There we go. So, we are finally going back to the Irt Atoll. We'll get the players to kind of recap things for you, and we'll see what they're going to get up to. Hello, party.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hi. So, you know what? I think there's only one proper way to do this today. There really is only one proper way. So, Mira, how you doing, dear?
I am doing good, sir.
Why don't you tell everyone, stream and everything, what exactly you created on the Irt Atoll?
If I must.
Yes.
Before I had other characters, I had Radwin, and he got in trouble by he got framed by murder in a hosta in Irt Atoll, and he jumped out a window.
No window left
made him-
behind.
Yeah, and basically, which made him even more guilty. And so the whole thing is basically Radwin was posted on for execution, and he was ready to go for execution. And as soon he was on the chopping block, bam, some shooter from far, who knows where, shot the guy who's going to execute Radwin, and Radwin is still alive so far, and started the whole whatever the thing is.
he met a few injured characters. The architect, Svigard and Demilla, who basically told him to go gather adventurers to help their cause.
Right.
So
And
Radwin did return to
he
Penrith.
did, and he tried to gather people, but none of them wanted to listen to him because they all think, oh, he's a murderer. We don't want to listen to a murderer.
And then he was arrested.
He was arrested again. This time he went peacefully, but his girlfriend named Mary decided to get him out of jail, so he got busted out of jail and
In a
went back to
terrorism
Irt
attack,
Atoll.
yes. So a terrorism attack.
Basically, yes. And then, as soon as they were about to go start the whole thing, Radwin got stabbed in the back by the same assassin who framed him because the architects possibly hired him to kill Radwin when they were going to quote unquote retake back Irt Atoll, their homeland, quote unquote. And so they did, with the help of Mary. They
Mary
got
assassinate King Briarheart.
yep. And now we got Shadowfae Hitler, thanks to Radwin. So it was my mess, and I'm here to clean it up.
As a different character. Or make it worse. We'll find out.
I don't know.
So, let's see. Azuri, who are you playing tonight?
Hello. I am playing Kiran. Kiran is a Tabaxi ranger.
Okay. And why is she, we'll say, interested?
Irt dragged her in this.
Okay. So she's kind of there just to be there. Firefly! Hugs.
Hugs.
Who are
Hi,
you playing,
Sid.
and why is she interested?
I'm playing Ileana. She's a half-elven wizard. And she's interested because the last time they were there was when Radwin decided to jump out of a window and kind of led to the assassination of an ambassador there. And she feels a little bit responsible because the last time she saw Radwin, he and Mira were fleeing on the docks. And they were told to stop them, but were convinced not to. And they got away. And now there's news that the Shadowfae have conquered an island. And we're burning people.
Yeah.
And that's not a thing.
So, we know that Mira, you are playing Irt. What is why is Irt interested? I know out of character why, but why in character why is interested?
In character, Arturia asked her, actually.
Okay, we'll find out why shortly. Ryan, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Tara Unileska, a silver dragonborn of cleric of Bahamut. And she's very interested in going to this because she saw the bounty that there was a second request for help, and after further investigations, she found out that this is one of three important and dangerous threats to the good people of the city of Penrith, and she's eager to help in any way she can.
Okay. And finally, welcome back from Florida, Arturia.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
back.
Chan. How was Florida?
It was fun. It was cool. Lots of warm weather.
So,
I want to go back.
who are you playing, and why are they interested in this bounty?
I'm playing Arturia, and Arturia actually heard about this quite a while back ago. When she first got out of survival training back in February, because she was doing outdoor training in the mountains or whatever course.
Yeah, it's been like 4 months.
Yeah, she actually met Radwin once, right while he was turning himself in, because the guards came for him. And then she met his girlfriend, and she was trying to get more information about what this whole, like, resistant thing was. And she almost joined the resistance, to be honest, which would have not been a good thing, she realized now. Because this resistance was the Shadow Fae, or Shadowfell. Yeah, so, and she also was at the docks when Radwin escaped. She couldn't do anything about that. And now she finds out these people have been requesting help. This bounty's been up for a while. She finally feels like maybe she's able to help. So that's what she's here to do.
Okay. So, where are all of you at?
The Temple District.
Okay. So you gathered at the Temple of Bahamut, I believe?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So you're all gathered at the Temple of Bahamut here in Penrith. Number 1 on the map, very south for those watching on stream. What is there any real relevant information that you need to share out of character now? Is there anything else out of character wise or in character that you need to be sharing? Because after this moment, everything is RP.
I believe that if, Eliana, you were speaking. You spoke of a person in the city who would you believe she might be from the Irt Atoll, but you're not 100% on it. She says she works with Mithril, and I might be able to talk to her.
Monira, yes.
She would share that with everyone else, so everyone else knows that maybe we should start with her and ask her some questions.
And she had explained about what she knew about what was going on in the Irt Atoll before, and about the bounty for Amira and Radwin that's up, and what the Shadow Fae were possibly like. I helped with that as well, and what the Irt Atoll was and how far away it was.
I also recommend maybe asking, maybe, I know if I remember correctly, was it Griffin or Zoe who was around that area? Perhaps we should ask them some questions about these people, their past history, something, maybe.
I could send to them. They're back in Yedra or on their way.
You know they went teleportation, so they're definitely in Udra.
They're in Yedra at the moment.
So, where are you guys headed?
We will find this person named Monira. Do you know where she works, Eliana?
At the Divine Anvil.
Oh, I think that's where we'll start, I suppose. Tara will lead everyone out of the Temple of Bahamut and close the doors behind her.
Okay.
And then she will head into the square, and I believe to find an anvil is on the map there. Tara will then look to Eliana. How well do you know Monira?
I don't know her extremely well. I've just been in here a couple of times when I've needed weapons silvered. I believe she said that she was from the Irt Atoll. That makes sense since she works with Mithril. I'm not terribly certain.
Well, I suppose that's the first place to try, yes. continue onwards, I guess, than to speak to Manera.
So you guys headed into Paramount Square to the Defiant Anvil, correct?
Yes.
So you guys make your way into the shop. Your little chime on the door kind of rings out as you hear, one moment, come from the back room. Most of you have spent some time here, I believe. Blades hanging all over the walls. There's shields. Arturia, give me a history check.
History?
Yes.
16.
Okay, on a 16, you would know that the shop gained its name during the collapse, as the magical equipment from the shop would not yield any blades to the uprising. Known for making some of the best blades in the area, the master craftswoman named Sarla, who's a female dwarf, spent most of her time forging blades for the small resistance here in Penrith. That's where the Defiant Anvil kind of get its name. Before, it was just Sarla's. And then they came to call it the Defiant Anvil more recently.
Because of the collapse and
Correct. And because none of the blades, this is a magical anvil and no one could harness it other than Sarla.
okay. She's seen Arteria a few times, so she'd know Arteria is a fan.
About a 6'3" woman comes out, shoulder-length braided blonde hair. She has a slim physique. However, there seems to be power behind her physique. Comes out and looks to everyone. Well, we haven't had this many of you in here for a long time. What can I get for all you? She kind of grabs a pen and like a parchment.
Hi. So we're not really here to buy stuff. We just had a couple of questions for you. We eventually will buy stuff, though. Just saying.
Okay.
And then she's gonna glance at Ileana and Tara and go, yeah.
Tara will look at her and ask her if you don't mind us intruding. We were wondering if you could tell us about the Irt Atoll. Is it possible you might be from there?
I moved here after the Lunar Festival.
How long ago was that roughly?
Oh, it's almost a year. It was April. Not April, August.
How does that?
You're kind of chopping up a little bit.
So good, but it's not. Okay.
She goes, but yes, I'm here from the article. I'm hearing myself in your echo. You're going to put yourself through your headphones? Or mute when you're not talking only. She goes, I was born in the Irt Atoll. I studied a bit under Reese and his dad. But with him being the legendary smith and me needing somewhere else to gain renown, Silo was nice enough to take me in.
Reasonist? Can you spell their names?
Reese?
Anderson.
Oh yeah, give me a second. So that is... Yeah, I just get to get you the exact spelling here. Stand by. The sun is the first name you're going to get, Firefly?
Okay.
And that is the father.
Thank you. you had contact with either of them recently?
I haven't spoken to Reese since I left. He wished me luck. I only can hope that he's still alive in Hosfa. Somehow. And Dennis died. I'll get you the year. A second. Dennis Aran died December 14th, year 4935 of the 6th Sanctus era.
$4.95.
Yep. Which is basically about 9 years ago, December.
The nest is in Hosfa. I've been to Hosfa.
Well, have you swung by his shop?
Remembers back?
You did.
Yes.
You went to the shop there.
Yes, he was truly a master craftsman.
He's nothing like his father, though.
His father was better.
Well, as you kind of looks, Reese is better with the blades. He is better. He's a better craftsman than his father. However, his father may have crafted some of the blades that are probably still considered the best to this day ever. But Reese has more skill. He just doesn't have as much time.
Well, hopefully if he's still alive, he'll have time.
She goes, Dennis created 10 weapons, all seemingly lost.
What are their names?
I will actually give you all of their names. Or I'll tell you. Would you like to hear the stories behind them?
Yes.
Okay. His first creation was known as Spellbinder. It was made by for a paladin Bahamut by the name of Cartharus Silverscale. It was said that this is a shield. It was said that the shield had the ability to bind spells inside of it, protecting their allies. So I will do this one by one as I give them to you.
Your lifesaver.
Oh, I know. The second one is a set of plate armor, she says. It's called Penance, the Vengeance of Delusions. It was a set of plate armor made for the Aasimar hero, Belden. The armor was said to grant its user the ability to see through any illusion magic. The craftsmanship made slashing weapons less effective, and the training allowed the user to move quicker due to its light weight. Mind you, all these are made out of mithril. Then she goes, there's Anguish's Spellblades, are a pair of magical daggers which only function as a pair. In a pair. Crafted for the half-elf assassin, Alamur of the Shadows, these daggers were said to be infused with fire and cold, and had an uncanny knack for taking heads of their targets. Beyond Sharp and the Slayer of Kings, these daggers have been notorious to those who have seen them. Next one. The next one is one that Arturia's probably going to go a little bit crazy for, so I expect a squeal in character. Ardenite, the Crusader of Lost Voices, is a magical greatsword which was forged for the paladin Oaken of Cord. The blade itself was said to bolster the strength of he who held it, summoning a guardian of lost voices to slay one's own foes. Even against necrotic energy, he who held it would stand tall. The next one is Windpiercer, the voice of trials. Magical lance forged for a knight of Penrith by the name of Griswold Jimmin. This lance was used as the knight would travel to various tournaments to win fortune from those tournaments in honor of their country. The next one, Faithkeeper, was made for a paladin of Bahamut by the name of K3 Silverscale, the same K3 Silverscale from before. The sword was said to be able to find the vulnerable points of enemies much easier, while also protecting the user from enfeeblement and bolstering their defenses. Stormweaver was a rapier crafted for a halfling pirate named Odila the Crashing Wave. The rapier was said to be a fearsome tale on the seas of those who went against pirate ships. It was like the blade allowed her to attune to the very oceans themselves. Three more. Celeste, the last hope of silence, was a scimitar forged for the gnome druid Vornin Greenleaf, arguably gone down as one of the most vicious weapons ever created by Dennis Aaron. The scimitar is said to have been crafted so well it can cut through an entire dragon in a single blow. The blade is said to also be able to deflect the hardest of blows. Knight's Fall was a short sword forged for the human thief named Elizabeth Morningreaper. This blade was renowned for its sharpness and ability to bring death to those who stood against the wielder. In the absence of light, it became its most deadly. And finally,
Oh, I know that one.
she'll raise her eyebrow in a second. I'll just get through all these. Then we can just RP. The Oracle, full of the enigma, is a warhammer forged for the cleric Tasnia, child of Moradin. It was said that the hammer in its creation was touched by Moradin himself, allowing it to fly through the air and return to its wielder. This was seemingly the boon to a cleric on a holy mission of Moradin. She says, "You know Nightfall."
It was in, unless I'm mistaken, which I might be, but I believe it was in the vault that the commander had.
No, it was in the Diamonds. The temple.
Oh yeah, it was in the diamond mines at the temple.
She raises an eyebrow and, where is it?
Roland has it. Yes, I think. Yes.
Anyone here speak to Dwarvish?
I do.
Ilya, you'd understand that when Nira calls back that I need to go to the Nost. And so the responds back, okay, whatever. And you just hear clanking in the background. So, why all these questions about the atoll?
We were hoping to head there to find out more information about it. Hopefully get some help.
Understand that it's completely sieged, correct?
Yeah.
It's taken the shot of her. That going to the ports themselves would be suicide.
We were hoping you might know of another way to get it. Say we arrived there and we would just slip ashore, maybe by a small boat or something that would be a suitable way to get ashore without using these ports.
someone crazy enough to take us there.
That too.
She looks, the two of you that have talked, give me persuasion checks. That's
So that was the performance. Sorry, persuasion is 18.
She pulls out the piece of parchment and writes something down, folds it, and grabs a small like sealing wax, and she wears like a chain. She pulls out and puts a seal on it, and holds it out to you and says, "Halfway on the docks, looks abandoned. Knock and slide it under. You'll see the same symbol on the window."
What's the symbol look like?
It's give me a history check.
Okay. Now, was that halfway you said? Was it a name or
Halfway.
just like
About
partway?
halfway. You'll see the symbol.
It's by the docks, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
wanted a
along the
history
docks.
check?
Well, what I have seen, Arteria almost always walks around the docks.
I mean, you're talking about miles upon it, and if you're not looking and investigating your building, you probably haven't.
Okay.
But you now have a general location. You would recognize that this is, like, in your research, this is a symbol of, actually, a symbol you'd be very familiar with now that I think about it. It's the same symbol that was in the Twin Peaks Inn. Doesn't make any other sense other than you know exactly where it's from. And you also know it's below the Twin Peaks Inn.
Huh. Oh,
Something that you have discovered?
oh. We went to the Black Peaks Inn too. Haven't heard from Salna, have you? Or not
No.
Salna?
Presume it is Salna. You're right.
Okay.
Presumed. I mean, for the most part, everyone's presumed dead. Till otherwise, no.
If we hear anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. So you guys
Takes
sit
the
down
seal.
there. Or do you have any other questions?
Thank you for the information.
She does.
She would love
Never
to.
humble gratitude.
Do you have any questions?
You asking if Marina has any questions? No.
Yeah.
No, she just tells you to stay to be safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Tara will bow and leave, and once they get outside, she will turn to Ileana. I'm sure it's what events was she referring to?
You're a terrible robot. I don't.
We heard events, but not the precursor.
Testing better.
Yes.
She will whisper to Ileana. What events was she referring to, Ileana?
The events of the Shadowfae overtaking them?
Yeah, she mentioned things. You mentioned something that you both were familiar with.
Oh, the Twin Peaks Inn. It's a tavern in Hospa. It's very nice. We stayed there for a few days. Salma is
Oh, I see.
the owner of it. It's very nice for a thieves guild.
Wait, I think I was there too. The Twin Peak Inn. Oh, we got some bounties from there.
There were bounties that were posted there, yes. From
Yeah,
From
I
there.
believe And actually, no. When we got there, there were some earlier bounties that were going to be future posted. Also, there was that one thing too that I recall.
The only bounties that were done on the Irt Atoll in whole was the cave one during the 24-hour one shot, was the dragon, and then was an invitation.
Will there be any kind of, relevant information to the situation on the atoll that happened afterwards?
Most of the other events, they were, the docks were quickly shut down and guarded. There was not a lot of information to leave outside of what sailors observed.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Thanks.
Hmm? So,
Salna offered work if you had wanted work in the shadows. You could seek her out. The Thieves Guild had contracts that you could go to acquire things. They gave you your information up front as long as you sought it out. She's very nice. Ileana would chuckle. Just read the contract fully before you sign it.
Advice note, thank you.
So, you guys make your way down to the docks. And, you kind of head by the compound as you make your way up towards the middle docks, the merchant kind of area. And, through searching and not making you roll for it because you're going to check every window, eventually you come upon the same symbol, Ileana.
Okay. She would point, look at it. It's in here.
There's seemingly no lights on.
She wouldn't.
The
go up and
windows
knock.
are, So there's you knock on the door.
Hmm?
There's no answer.
Slide the paper under, like she said earlier.
Slides the paper under.
Still don't hear anything.
Waits.
Eventually the door seemingly opens. Just cracks. So it cracks open.
Waves.
There's no one there. Just listen to it open on its own.
Tilts head.
Tips it open with her staff.
As you open it, you look in the dark building, and you don't. It's dusty. It's cobwebbed. Doesn't seem like anyone's been here, really, too often.
She could Arcana check the door.
Roll away. Roll me that Arcana.
I got 25. Did it go?
Has not come, but I will take you at your word. The door. There it is. The door is not magical at all. Sturdy and has a good lock on it, but not magical.
Kieran. Side of
Sarah will look at the others.
Hold on, Karen was talking.
and look around and see if there's anything odd inside besides something old and stuff.
Give a perception check, I'll say. General glance is not really looking for anything specific, just anything off. You note that it's. I mean, it looks like it's probably been abandoned since the collapse, if not a little bit before.
Okay. So there's just no one in there, period.
Except the only thing that sticks out to you is the door was locked when she knocked on it, and then after a few moments after the paper was there, that it was no longer locked and it opened itself.
Ileana looked down. Is the paper still there?
Nope.
Is there a mechanic, does it look like technology did this?
I mean, you'd have to step in to look at that because you'd be looking at the inside of the door frame.
Well, Tyrion's gonna look around and go, should we go in?
Well, we don't have a lot of options.
It's open. Can I check it for traps?
Sure. $20. There was a trap, but it is seemingly disabled.
Oh, that's good to know. There was a trap, but it's disabled. That was
And
nice.
you don't think there are any more?
Without looking around, she wouldn't really be able to tell you.
Well, I'll take her at her word. She's done her best.
Wait, hold on. You're the cleric. Let me walk in first. You maybe I should walk in first. Just saying. If anything
Sure.
happens, that way I
Karen
Okay.
shrugs.
Archeria takes 1 foot and steps in.
Okay.
And she says, hello?
There's still no response.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1 more step.
You are in the building.
I'm gonna look around.
Everything's dusty. But
Is there any?
there's chairs, there's like a sofa. I mean, you can see like a small kitchen in the back. There looks like there's a couple other doors that might lead to like what you would assume is bedrooms, based on this living here and knowing how houses in this area would be constructed. You can see like probably 2 bunk rooms, in the back. Probably like old sailor living type of place where a couple sailors in the same ship would probably throw down with a couple of sailors on a different ship that were never at port at the same time, and be like a kind of a communal sailor house. But it looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
I'm gonna take my glaive and kind of tap the ground with it.
Your glaive taps the ground, some dust flies up, but that's about it.
Is there anywhere that looks not dusty?
No.
Looks up at the ceiling.
Cobwebs.
Okay. I'm gonna take 1 more step first, closer to the center of the room.
Yeah, you can walk all the way to the center room if you'd like, and nothing happens.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and look at the party and go, well, you guys are safe to enter.
All right.
Eliana will step in. She'll look around.
Much the same.
Irit steps in.
Karen steps in after Iris.
Okay.
Kind of keeping her tail up above the floor to not get it dusty.
Tara will fall in and she'll close the door behind them.
Okay. So as you are all sitting in this room, what looks like a ball bearing just rolls slowly across the floor.
A ball bearing.
From which direction?
From the back wall towards the front door.
Glances at back wall. I'm gonna. Can I poke it with my glaive?
The back wall, sure.
Yeah, just the non-sharp part of my glaive.
Yep, the blended.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap it.
Yeah, nothing happens. You hit the wall.
Okay.
Ileana, as you, what are you Arcana checking?
The direction where it came from, or the ball itself.
Doesn't. As you check both, doesn't neither seem to be arcane.
Not arcane. She walks in the direction it came from.
Yeah, that's what security's gonna do.
As you step there, you immediately, based on your previous Arcana, look to your side, just was out of your view, and a magic mouth pops. What do you want?
A what pops?
Magic mouth. It's like a voice message.
Oh, I like that. Hello. Became Seeking and Captain.
Everyone give me a perception
Yeah.
check. As it will be a response. Kieran. Do I have missing Tara? Kieran, only you get this. It sounds like it's coming from below you. Not directly below you, but underneath the floorboards. A captain for what? You all hear it, but Kieran knows the location.
Kieran's ears will twitch and she would look down at the floor, tilting her head a little.
I looks at Karen and says, "What are you looking at?"
Kieran will quietly point down.
Aerith looks down as well.
You see the floor.
And
We were looking for a captain to take us to the Irt Atoll. Lanier recommended you.
I see that. But why do you want to go to the atoll?
Looks to Tara.
Tara, we hope to do some help good there. Or if there's any there, to find out what the situation is. There's a bounty posted in the Fearless Wolf in Penrith, and we are here to address that issue, hopefully. I believe one of a colleague of ours is going to head to scout the actual atoll as well, and then get in contact with him.
How can I trust you? There's already one of you I don't trust.
Kieran looks back up.
One of us you don't trust? Which one of us?
Trust us to do what?
Those bounties, and the pleas the lives of innocent, have been ignored. And one of you was connected with someone who's already betrayed the guild.
Tara will look around and doesn't know.
Arturia wonders if it's her because she was kind of coming into that happened, but she wasn't really aware.
I no longer have dealings with the drow.
Give me a persuasion check. There's a drawn-out silence.
I trust Miss Ileana, and I've known her for quite some time now. There's no way she would be able to do anything bad. We're here to rectify things and try to make things right. And we're here to help the people.
And is that why you, Miss Arturia Pendragon, were sniffing around to aid the Shadowfae?
I was misled. I believe that it was for a good cause. I questioned it, but I never actually took any actions on it, not until I knew more details.
Nor did you stop them from escaping after they assaulted and committed a terrorism act in your city.
We're
They
here to
killed
make
your
things right.
people first.
It's wrong to convict without knowing the truth. Unfortunately, a lot of it was buried. I don't know the full story to things, and I've only received one small end of it. But knowing more about what's been going on in the current events, we're here to try to help without directly causing Penrith to have any enemies or, per se, go to war with this place without helping the people.
To go to war with a place that's supplying your greatest ally. Or your enemy, sorry. It's not a cause for war?
That is not my decision to make. That is the Queen's, but it is my duty to help the people.
I don't trust any of you. Some of you are new, and some of you have your previous decisions to lie upon. You guys realize that a book topples over in the room, and there are 5 contracts that fall out of it. And you simply hear, behind the book, there's an inkwell. Read it and sign.
Arth goes over there and reads it.
Kieran goes over. reads
Everyone
it,
can read me an
and fine
investigation.
Can I do an Arcana check on it first?
Sure.
It will probably go.
So you can roll me both an Arcana and then an investigation. It's definitely magical, but you can't be sure of the spell. I will go by the highest because I'm assuming you guys would share information that you read.
Yeah.
Yep.
It simply states that you will do no direct harm, nor utter the location of where you are taken to anyone that has not signed one of these contracts. There is no, like, you must free the atoll. There is no this. You will not do any harm to the people of the Irt Atoll. Specifically undersigned the hostile resistance. You will not reveal the location to anyone that has not signed one of these contracts. Under, magical constraints. And no one rolled above a 21. Ileana, give me another arcane because there's down there's as you pick up the pen, you kind of can. I'll give another Arcana check.
I'm going to ask them something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were to break these, what would happen? Just wondering.
Starting with your hand and moving up your body, you will be blighted repeatedly as a form of geas. You are willingly accepted by writing.
Kieran's ears twitch and slightly pin back.
If you wish to help, and you wish to not betray us, then you have nothing to worry about with this contract.
Arteria signs it.
You may add onto your sheet additional features bound by Irt Atoll contract.
Okay.
Arth also signs it.
Same to you.
The location of what you said?
The location of where he's taking you.
Okay.
Where they're based. Like, basically, where they're operating out of. It says, you would be able to understand enough. You guys rolled high enough on your investigations. You can talk that you're working and you recruit people, but you can't, divulge the information, where exactly the hideout is, to anyone who has not signed one of these, just so that they are somewhat protected.
How long does this last for?
As long as we're in that location. If we retake the atoll or we all die, the spell would be broken. You can't be held to a contract if the other half is not alive.
Okay, just one more question, sorry. if one of us was to break it, is only that one person's affected, or is it all of us?
You are each beholden to your own responsibility.
I just wanted to check. Thank you. Tara will sign it then.
Okay. Again, you can add that to your sheet.
Ileana will sign it.
Okay.
Say I'm sorry, such a thing is necessary. We're supposed to put what where on our
Just
sheets?
put bound by Irt Atoll contract. Like in your additional feature, somewhere in your character sheet.
Okay.
And I think Kieran is the last one.
I do not know much about this. I do not care for signing it, but I guess I will. For now, she'll sign it.
Okay. A hatch opens up, and you see that same. Some of you have recognized him. The same figure from the wolf, who basically called Rise out, named Ratcher Durus, comes out. The contracts that you have and signed, I'll get seemingly scooped up and levitate to him, and he grabs them with his hand. Ileana, now seeing this, you'd recognize that everything was being manipulated by a mage hand. Probably an arcane trickster.
She would nod in appreciation. Well done.
He walks over and nods to you. I just wanted to hear it. I've been keeping my tabs.
Understood. That makes sense. Hearing it firsthand is always much preferred.
I was keeping tabs for a different contract, which is seemingly expired. He sits down on the sofa. So then, are you ready to go now, or what exactly? He goes, I was set to give up on all of you in a couple days, if it wasn't for the other one.
You were hoping to what?
I was seemingly ready to give up on all of you, if it wasn't for the other one, a few days ago.
Who was the other one?
Energetic. I think he might be an idiot, but he's got a good heart.
You
Elliot.
met Elliot.
Nuts.
Kieran groans.
Oh, like that has a. Oh yeah, him. Yeah,
He has a bear.
it's a friend actually, not a bear.
No,
It
it's
is
a
a-
bear.
it's
A friend's
a bear.
tiger.
Kieran's ears droop when she hears Elliot's name. Like, oh.
Elliot restored your faith in us? And the people is all.
He was willing to help, even if it was just himself.
That's Elliot.
So, have any questions before we get on the boat?
Do you have any information about the comings and goings in the Irt Atoll?
That small pocket survived. Though I think everything else is best informed to you in the war room, as things can tend to change from a day-to-day perspective. They would have more information than I would. So,
Perhaps, have you had any run-ins with pirates recently?
no. I know the pirates are slowing down shipments, but that was about it.
Okay, thank you.
Leon would speak up. The rambling one was taken care of by Cortine Adventures.
He nods. Which means, for your sakes, and he especially looks at Ileana is the only half elf in the room, right? Everyone else is full race, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, at least for your sake, you should want to deal with this quickly.
Oh, I do.
He kind of sits up and goes, very well then. Are you ready?
As much as I hate
Yes.
being on the left of it. Yes.
I guess I am.
Let's go.
Good, I will be. How do we contact you if we start on our trip and make it there or back?
Oh,
Orange.
who do you think your captain is?
I
Smiles.
assume you. Smiles back.
He walks out, letting the last person exit as you guys exit back onto the docks. Ileana, you see the trap that you noticed before get reset, and he closes the door.
What kind of trap was it?
You only saw the tripwire. You never saw the mechanism.
Hmm.
Closes the door, he locks it, and he leads you to a small boat. There is no name of the boat. It looks like it has been rubbed off intentionally. And you guys set sail towards the Irt Atoll. While on the boat, is there any questions you guys would like to ask?
Kieran's going straight into the middle of the boat, as far away from water.
I do have a question for the captain.
There's actually like an inside cabin. If Kieran would rather sit there, he would light it to use it.
Kieran will go inside.
So, Mr. Captain Pella, what was his name again? How do you pronounce
Ratchard, Dearest?
Mr. Dearest? Anyways, in how heavily guarded is the kingdom right now?
Oh, well, the kingdom in a whole, or the cities? I mean, there's various places.
The actual palace itself?
What's the opposite of Penrith's military might right now?
I see.
He nods.
And he also say, also, how many, about on average, what's the strong on them? I mean, I know that they're stronger than the palaces, have more heavily guarded than Penrith's, but the cities, how are they guarded?
We haven't been able to get much information about the southern city. Hospa has a group of elite guards, and Akrane's is completely guarded. Your friend, by the way, may have a slice of the land, but our scouts were supposedly to come back with more information yesterday.
Let's see.
Which friend?
The drow woman. The assassin.
The assassin? She's
Yes.
gonna.
Marilona
Marilona.
killed King Briarheart.
The audacity. I see. I met her only a few times, and she seemed like a genuinely good person. It appears love has blinded her. And the Radwin?
Killed, brought in to the room around the same time.
Oh. And she's gonna be a bit
He
surprised
never
now.
made it to Akron's.
Well, at least we can
Alive.
put that in our reports.
How he met his end, we do not know.
I see. Oh. So part of the land you said is owned by this person. Let's see, Mira. Oh, wait, what's her name again?
You can simply call her Mary.
Mary. Okay.
Supposedly. So, again, more information is there and accumulated by those we've set out.
Are they holding many people as slaves?
From what we understand There are many slaves in hospice still.
Now,
Do you know
what?
if Reese is one of them? Aaron?
I do not. Otherwise, I would have told poor Manira.
Thank you.
Now, why were you saying that Miss Ileana should be careful and finish this quickly?
You are a Penrith native, are you not?
Yes.
Do they not teach you of the culling?
The what?
The culling in the north? 20 odd years ago?
I was only born 19 years ago.
Before you were born, a king, who many still say to this day killed his own father for the throne, had been spurned by that of an elf. He decided that because she went for another and had a half-elven son, he should outlaw it and round up every half-elf, child, adult, didn't matter, and everyone who parented or was in a relationship with, an elf and a human, and put them in camps and kill them every day, slowly, over and over again. That
That's
law
terrible.
is still on the books in the north.
I have a question.
He looks.
No, like this is our character.
Okay.
Where are the group? Are they like in the captain ship or are they out?
They're out probably on the
Are
docks.
they-
You can probably hear things through like the windows.
Okay.
There's not like there's a ton of noise.
Okay.
Arturo is gonna note this and go, my father didn't really want to share things with me, it appears. She's gonna note some things down real quick in her notes.
And if the Northern Army, I'll just finish this and you can ask a question. And if the Northern Army is to gain much more power and be able to break their Kandar hold, well, you don't stand a chance. After what happened with your demon summoning, there's not too many people left to fight.
I know. I understand. Thank you for sharing this information, by the way, and thank you for taking us there. Even if we're bonded by contract, I thank you for doing this for the people.
What's the king's name that was spurred by the elf? What was the elf's name? What was his son's name?
Okay, give me a second. I'll actually have to go grab that.
Pulls out pen and paper now.
Let's see
Miss-
here.
Miss Ileana, have you ever heard of this story before as well?
Yes.
You have.
The royal family in the north is known as the Castle, Cassel. The spurned one, the spurned king. Let's see here. So
What was that name?
you're gonna see it in a second. That was the one who was spurned before he was a king. When he was still a prince, he was killed. The father's name should be here. Hold on a second. The kingdom of Athenian. No, Astaria. It's not all up. Awesome.
So Jadon was the one that was killed.
Jaden was the one. No, Jaden was the one that was spurned.
Oh, okay.
Let me see this. Not all the subs have been done. That's why. Give me a second. I have it in certain places. Let's see.
No rush.
Sorry.
All the Firefly questions.
There's
Yes.
Who, what, when, where, how, why?
blah, blah, blah. I'm just looking for the name here. Journey to the Tavern. That's where it is. And I apparently don't have his name here. So what I'm going to have you do here for a second, Firefly, is just make sure you send these to me after. So,
Okay.
you want his father's name, right? The king that was up there first.
Mm-hmm.
So the last name will be Castle, by the way, but I just get your first name real quick. Since apparently I didn't have this down already. Bad DM is bad. Makes up name.
How dare you, Sev?
Busy DM is busy.
I know, right? It's like we play every day or something.
I know. It's amazing.
Emerson Castle. I'll put this right behind all the plots I have against Azuria right now.
What?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I have a question. Why did the elf reject him?
Because she was already in love. Or so the story says.
Oh, I see.
Let me guess, you want his mother's name as well?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's not too much trouble, please.
Uh-huh. Okay. There's the mother.
And the elf's name.
And the elf's name. Of course.
What was her maiden name?
Her maiden name. You'll have to give me a second. Since that's the elf's name. And then you want her son's name.
Yes.
Okay. Feist was this is the mother's maiden name. And then they actually never had the kid. If they were going to, she was pregnant when this all happened. He would be able to tell you that he would Jadon would be able to go, would eventually marry them. And
Okay.
I will give you the full name and maiden to a Maya Woolfield, and would have a son who is, I want to say like 20, he's 21. And current king. And that is the current king. Yep. And if I did rename him, I'll look back in one thing. I'll let you guys know if I accidentally gave you the wrong name. And he is the current king.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to know? You would also realize that. Everyone give me an intelligence check. Let's listen again. Kitten says hello.
Really?
Would you like to use your reaction?
Rip.
Yes.
What number are you using?
Uh,
I mean, you rolled a 3, so.
I have to check what number I rolled.
There's a lot of names and a lot of text. You rolled a 11, 7, and 18. What number would you like to use, Firefly?
She'd use the 11.
Okay, so 16. Which is one past what you need, is 15. Tara was so close. I'll say, Tara, you kind of are thinking this, but you're not ready to jump to this. Because you were right under the DC. Where she was just over it.
Yep, sure.
Based on his age, the timing and everything, Jaden Castle definitely did not die of natural causes.
Possibly conveniently disposed of.
This would be the son, the one that probably killed his parents. He did not die of natural causes. Like, he didn't die of old age or anything like that. For sure.
Oh, Emerson Castle.
Emerson Castle, the rumor is he was killed by his son. He was old, however. Jaden, King Jaden Castle. So, not the current king, but the one just before the current one. The one who potentially killed Emerson and was spurned, did not die of old age. That is you know that for a fact, Ileana. There's no way, based on the timing of the story.
She would share that with the group.
But, okay, so he died. As you're saying, he's probably assassinated or taken care of. And his son went up instead, but his son kept the same policies in effect.
Looks to Bracker.
Oh, he was assassinated.
Figure as much.
Right in Summerreach. Summer's Wind Palace. He was killed. By a half-elf, no less.
Who was this half elf?
Who what?
Who was this half elf?
He just smiles and looks at Ileana. Who's your guild leader, dear?
Roland Serpent.
Oh, okay.
Revenge.
For what happened?
The genocide of his people? As you kind of look out as we're getting there, you see a small sandbar, and the boat kind of, they cut the sails and kind of pull up to this side of the sandbar. You realize, like, you're too close to the sandbar unless you really know where you're going. You see a rowboat, and an anchor is dropped. So, the next leg of your journey. In the very distance, you can kind of see the atoll. Large, sheer cliff sides, mountains upon them. And seemingly where you are, you can't see any way around.
I will ask, okay, we go to row ashore. What point are we aiming for?
He gets down and walks over to the boat to help you guys push it in. And he points directly straight ahead of you. He goes, when you get close to the cliffside, a couple 100 feet away, and he'll hit you like a tinder box. Light the lantern. And they'll signal you, and you just follow the light.
Okay, thank you for your help.
He nods. You have a cleric, looks at the spellbook. Wizard?
Wizard.
Oh, one of you has a return to Penrith, I would assume.
look to Tara. I have this ability.
No.
What?
He does not have border recall.
Oh.
He's asking you if you have a way back.
I could either teleport or do a teleportation circle.
Okay. Very well, then I'll head back.
Thank you.
It's good luck.
We might need it.
As you guys get in the rowboat and pushed, sailing towards it, you kind of see the ship, put the sails back in, catch the wind, and begin to head towards Penrith.
Before she left, she would have asked him if he's going to be at the docks in the house before if we need to contact him.
Yes,
If we all
he
make
said
it
he would be back.
Okay, cool.
He gives each of you a small coin. Same symbol stamped on it.
Okay. Kieran's once again sitting in the middle of the boat.
Mm-hmm. Karen, you have dark vision, right?
Yes, she does.
So as you're probably looking both sides, you see some just gigantic fish in the water. They look tasty.
They do look tasty. Kieran will lick her lips. Oh, her mouth. She doesn't have lips. She's a tabaxi.
So, you guys get about a couple hundred feet, and I assume you guys do light the.
Yes.
Wait, what
everyone
kind
give
of
you.
fish were they?
You couldn't identify them. You just saw their shapes.
Darn.
You guys light it. You see a small little flickering of light in the distance as you kind of make your way towards it. You eventually come into a very small dock inside this cavern, large stone cavern. As you see this pathway up, kind of rickety. It's not exactly the most maintained walkway in the world, but it is definitely it's definitely sturdy, will hold your weight.
Here. Wait, so it's a walkway. Where's it going? It's going.
Going up towards what it looks like from here. What you can see is there might be some buildings up there. You can't really tell from where you are.
How sturdy does this thing look?
It's sturdy enough to walk on. It's just not in the best, they don't take care of it like it's a dock that sees use every day.
And slightly looks down over the edge.
Here, it's open water.
Kieran just keeps her eyes forward.
You don't like heights, do you?
I don't like water.
You realize once you get to the top, you're on solid ground again.
Shoot.
If you do not have dark vision, you are blind. Unless you're taking a lantern.
Boxes.
So, Tara, are you taking the lantern? I take it, or casting light?
I'm not sure if I should. I don't.
Otherwise, it's completely dark in here.
Iliana will reach over and touch those who need it and give them dark vision.
Thank you. I didn't want to kind of alert your position immediately.
So we get dark vision, yes?
Yeah. The
How
two of
many
you can
people
get
need
there.
it?
Thank you.
Tara and Arturia. The other
Okay.
two. So, you guys are climbing the wooden staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As you get to the very top of it, you kind of come into this cavernous floor. It's all rock here, and you can relax. There's no water. You kind of see these big. There's three big wooden buildings. One on your left, one on your right, and one dead ahead of you. As soon as you guys step in, you hear sounds like a stone that hits, and then light bursts from it, illuminating all of you. and you see that there are at least 12 people with bows pointed at you.
Tara will raise her hands up in a non-threatening fashion, not to lift her up with trying, to show that she means no harm.
Iris is the same.
Arteria does the same, but with the she's gonna glance at them. Can I look at them? Do they have any symbols on them?
They're like on top of these buildings with bows. They are covered up. Their faces are covered in all dark clothing. You don't discern. Even if you were to nat 20, they're out of your range for dark vision. You can kind of make them out barely where they are.
I'm holding my glaive, so I guess I'll hold it up.
You just hear a voice. Where are you from?
Penrith,
Why are you here?
to assess the situation, see what help we can offer you.
All right, then you don't need your weapons. Put them on the ground.
Iris has put down all her weapons.
Yep.
We gonna get him back?
As long as you don't cause any trouble, you'll get them back.
Dang it, Arteria takes
That's
off
fine.
her.
Kieran narrows her eyes.
Iris looks like Kieran. It's for the best.
Arteria takes off her glaive, her greatsword, her longsword, her arrows.
Arteria makes a pile.
Yeah.
Step in front of your weapons. They're not asking you to go far from them. They just step in front. Makes it harder and more, easier for them to shoot you if you go for them.
Kieran will put down her longbow and her quivers, 2 quivers. What she'll do with her kukris is she'll look at them, like she'll be like, she'll eye the people around, because the kukris, they're precious to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll just very carefully set them down and
Yeah, they're not asking you
not
to
too
toss
happy.
them on the ground. They're just asking you can put them nicely and stuff like that. They're not
Yeah,
asking you to throw them. They're letting you take your time.
she's not too happy about putting her kukris down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ileana will clean out a place and put down her stuff.
Okay. You just hear. Actually, I'm gonna give a perception check, see if anyone can actually hear what's said by the guys at the far end. Apparently, some of you can. Kieran and Ileana, you say, you hear, alright, go get him. And you see a guy kind of just leave your vision, not headed towards you, headed away. Before you hear footsteps. And you hear footsteps coming towards you, but up high again.
Kieran's ears will swivel back. Like,
Well-
not pinned back, but like will swivel a little, like how cats would if they hear something from behind.
Well, well, well. It took you 9 days to finally come here.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Elliot.
Hey, Green Spitter. How y'all doing?
Still living? How you doing?
Surviving here. It's been one heck of a week. And Elliot will start making his way down and look to the other guards, to the other people. It's all right.
The bows, as soon as he says alright, all the bows are put away. Arrows are, put back in quivers.
Look at you, Mr. McFancy.
Well, it's finally nice to see y'all finally show up to the Irt Atoll. Getting word out to Penrith is harder than it looks.
Oh,
Welcome to the Resistance.
one other thing I'd have to note is once you made it to the top of the stairs,
Yeah.
Ileana, Arturia, Tara, all of you have magic, don't you? Innate magical abilities? Everything went dead.
Yeah.
Like your connection to magic died the second you stepped up here.
Oh, I feel cold.
Friends would not like that at all.
Artura's gonna look at Elliot and go, why is it that we feel this way?
Well, you haven't been here for a week. I have. Let's just say these things are all over the place, and it ain't pretty. So, we had to take up precautions, set up defenses, and, well, y'all should understand why we had to do this.
Ileana, you, based on previous history, you know that you're standing dead center in an anti-magic field. It's basically a kill box. There's probably one on the other end of this place. The other exit and entrance.
That's what she would tell the rest of the group.
Okay then.
Y'all can pick up your things and follow me and get you
Yeah,
situated.
we'll pick up our kukris.
Tara picks them up and we'll follow Elliot.
So as
Pick some yourself.
as you guys follow Elliot, you get to the door of this central building that he came down, and the connection snaps back. Your connection to magic is just back. And you look back, you realize again these are kill zones. There's probably one for each exit. It allows them to better defend themselves here.
Jeff, how big are these kind of kill zones?
They're about 20-foot radiuses.
Okay.
As you enter the building and the floor following up the first couple, it's a lot of bunks. There's bunks. There's packs next to them. These people are not living in luxury, especially probably not what they're used to. They are surviving, barely. You get up to about the second or third floor, almost to where you would assume that you're about the next time you go up as a group. The first time you see some, non-fighters. You see a couple children, a few mothers, kind of tending for them. There's definitely more kids than there are parents, kind of on this floor.
What race are the majority here?
The majority is pretty much are humans. Is a predominantly human. The Atoll is predominantly human prior. There's some elves, some half elves. There's some mixes, but they pretty much stick to human, elven. At least for where you are, those are pretty much your two main races that you're seeing. As you make it up to where now you realize you're on the roof of the building. Where the archers were initially looking at you, you see that there are barrels of arrows, as well as some other defenses that you didn't quite see. There are some black powder weaponry kind of scattered up here.
Overall, so far, about how many people have we actually seen?
You've probably seen in total people, maybe 30, 35, maybe.
Altogether. Okay.
Though you'd recognize the vast majority of them are not fighters at all.
Yeah, just innocent civilians and children.
Yeah, a lot of civilians. They seemingly did get to probably, and they're probably more of the people that were hiding in the first place. The workers, there probably weren't a lot of people from the towns probably were pretty screwed, but people that might have been out on the outer farms had a chance.
Yeah. Did they look hungry? Did they look what kind of?
They don't look malnourished, but they're definitely not thriving either. They are rationing.
Ellie, she would call Ellie. Is it okay if I use create food and water?
He looks to Tara and nods.
She's gonna start casting. She has a couple of casts of that, and she's gonna set it out if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. They definitely thank you, and they start to break up food and hand it out.
Ileana will look to Elliot. I didn't bring you any Bubba Bear's jerky.
Oh, it's fine. How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing good. Sleeping at the nest.
Well, that's good. Hardly any sleep here. Resources are scarce, as you can see.
How'd you find this place?
One easy. Arriving here the first time was, well, I, came across the same situation y'all did.
Bratcher took him out in the middle of a massive storm.
Yeah. It's like the
So
storm ain't easy. Huh?
I'm sorry, my apologies for interrupting.
Oh, were you gonna say anything?
I was just going to say I was going to cast that 3 times. That's food for, I think it's 45 people.
Yeah, definitely is broken up and thanked. You see them start carrying it off to like across wooden bridges that lead to the other kind of barracks-esque houses here. Everything looks like it used to be old storerooms that were converted into like living recently. Not very well built, but better than being burned alive, right? So, you guys walk up towards the roof as you're down there. As you make your way down this tunnel, you see kind of this large stone room with lights up ahead, and kind of this table where one of the elven archers looks to him and says "General" and steps aside.
Elliot nods and then looks to the rest of the group.
General Yellow Spitter. I like the name of it.
They call me General. Since first arriving here, helping them out. Anyway, how's Penrith?
A lot of things happened, but we saw some people from Cortia that visited a bit, and we don't know what they were doing here, but I guess they wanted permission. But other than that, it's just normal.
They went out
There
to
was a
take
very
a rambling
dangerous-
about him.
There was a very dangerous pirate lord recently killed as well on Cold Harbor.
That's good.
I was in a bar fight.
You
Oh yeah, that bar fight.
in a bar fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
Fight
good.
is one way of putting it.
What's in front of us, Sub? The
It's the worm,
okay.
large stone
So-
table,
There's obviously
number
a map,
of
right?
guards. Yeah.
Yeah. He just looks to all the guards and looks to the adventure or the group that's gathered. He says, "Well, all right," and he spreads out. It's a map of the Irt Atoll. Well,
There it is. Look at that.
Well, y'all-
It's like I planned for this or something.
while y'all were enjoying yourselves in Penrith, and I've been here for a week. These people have been helping me, sharing some information. Did a couple scouting parties every once in a while, having to scavenge for food, making sure them Fey people ain't going near us.
The other thing
But-
you would know is most of the food comes from the ocean. They fish. Most of the
Yeah.
food they've been standing themselves off is what they can fish at night.
So you come here the first time during the storm, kind of was a saving grace in a way. Masked me from all these people, but all right, this is the situation. Obviously, the Irt Atoll is mass chaos, right? He points down to where number 16 is on the map. It's like, we are here. And then he points to where 10 is. This is the front of the entrance. Pretty much leads to the rest of the island, where we can actually, move in and out, set up scouting parties and whatnot. So far, what we learned is let's see here. Let's go to, and he points to number 4, which is Lysa. He looks to Ileana, then the rest of the group. He says, "And Lysa, there's a person, a city judge, that's in control there, Shadow Fae."
I will actually spell because there is a spelling to these. is a city. Not city, it's a city.
Yep.
By the way. It is a title.
Yep. City judge. She's in
City
control.
judge, okay, yeah.
Her name is Dalmilla. Is that how you say it?
Yep. Demilla.
Dalmilla? Okay.
Yeah,
Her name is
you,
Dalmilla.
you can actually type in the words. I'll actually get it for you. I'll be nice. I'll get you the words, all the things. So give me 1 second. Go ahead. Continue to talk. I will be typing out the
Okay.
the spellings for you guys.
Obviously, Ileana, you should know this more than anyone. She is of the arcane persuasion. Let's see.
She gives a voice from rings out from behind Elliot. Well, good to see you again, Ileana.
Good to see you too, Selma.
Demille she's cunning, quick-witted, and not easily swayed. She doesn't look like the rest. She looks more elven. It helped her woo the hearts of certain people. She takes a place at the seat. Salna Blackmount. A pleasure.
Glad to see you're alive.
Oh, my dear, people have tried to kill me before.
Elliot nods and looks to Ileana. Thieves Guild's been hiding out here. Seems reasonable to set up this here resistance with them.
Sounds like you've been very busy, Ethan.
Oh yeah, it's been a long 9 days.
I have a question, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned persuade the hearts of others. Have you had problem with colluders, people in collusion with your occupying force?
The main two colluders were from Penrith.
I see. Sorry, I just wanted to be clear.
But she was able. She was smart, cunning, and used her looks to blend in well prior to the reclamation.
The reclamation.
The reclamation is what the Shadow Fae call the retaking of the island. Ross!
Elliot nods and says, "Yep, reclamation is when the Shadow Fae invaded y'all." But back to Lysa. We don't have much information about this here city. Not a lot come out. We don't know how many survivors or if there are any survivors in that area. And that's all we know from that area. Lysa would be number 4 on the map, guys. Then he points to Hosfa, which is number 6. Hosfa, there used to be a general there. His name is Sevgard. He's cunning and tactical, highly swift, and he was a part of the reclamation. He's egoistic and suffers from insomnia, apparently. It's kind of nice. Makes it easier to hit him in the night if we ever find him. Let's see. The mine's near Hosfa, and he points.
They're actually in Hosfa.
Okay, then he says the mines that are inside of Hosfa apparently are still being mined out, but they're slave labor. So we probably know that the people that are in Hosfa are being used for that type of work.
They killed the women, the children, and the old.
Kieran's ears perk up and to people who are next to her, if they can see it, you can probably see like the fur, like how a cat would when they get like angry or scared, like puff up.
They work them until they die.
Is Reese there?
She looks to
Well,
Elliot.
He's one of the high value targets we're seeming to try to rescue. If not, the other ultimatum is to kill him. To slow down their work.
Who's Reese?
Reese Aaron is the son of Dennis Aaron.
He's a master craftsman. He works with Mithril.
Who's being chained right now to his anvil.
No, he must not be happy.
One of our goals is to extract him, get him to safety, or kill him to stop their production work. Slow it down at least.
Have any idea on their number that they've produced since being in power?
There's loads. I can sense them. And this is from his because he has a favorite enemy Fae and his ability for where is it at? Primal awareness to sense it. Stuff.
Yes.
There's a lot everywhere. I can't really give you a detailed information on that, but it varies from city to city and area to area in this here island.
There's also a few other issues that we should say. There's only
yes.
2 Aaron brothers alive. Reese and Claiborne Aaron. The rest of the family was killed in the reclamation. She sighs. Claiborne is nearly as good as Reese's. But his greed led him astray, and he was known on the Irt Atoll for that. He attempted to destroy the reputation of his brother, and instead, when caught, he was banned from practicing his trade on the atoll. Prior to the Shadow Pay, he left for the Kingdom of Astaria, which now he is secondarily crafting the mithril into more siege weaponry. I would assume directed towards where you live.
So they plan to attack Penrith?
That's been Astaria's goal for generations.
We've known that for a while now. They got a war in the north in Penrith. They got an invasion coming from here. Seems like, but we're here to try to stop that. Elliot will actually take out. He's gonna take out one of his cold steel arrows that he has with himself.
Yep.
And he's gonna hand it to Ileana and look to her and say, "Get Q or someone to make more of these. Make type of weapons with it, if they have any more materials."
Ileana will take it, nod.
That'll hurt them.
Would things like bullets and shells be good, or cannonballs, and that be helpful too?
Say that one more time.
Would you like shot and shells made of that as well? You have, firearms.
Shells, arrows, whatever the hell you can get to face off against these creatures. I mean, we're low on supply already. What we need is supply and manpower from Penrith, if any. I mean, there is supply inside the Twin Peaks, and he points to Selma. But
as you all saw, we were not exactly terribly equipped before.
I thought you did pretty well.
Exactly, and most of we're not a fighters guild, we're not an assassins guild. We procure items, and that was our job.
Most of the supply is in Twins Peak, but obviously it's cut off by a large amount of Shadow Fae there. So that is an area of interest for us to get re-equipped, help this place maybe buff up the defenses some more. That's all we know so far in the 9 days I've been here. Then he pulls out like a list of like high value targets. Yeah, that's Selna. As you heard, y'all, Reese, who is chained to his anvil to work, is one of the high value targets. He is to be either extracted or killed.
Night, Ross.
There ain't no other option. We either successfully get him out, or if we can't, the last thing we do before you try to get yourself out is execute him.
If he is successfully extracted, do we take him back here? Is there a safe place for him?
This is the only safe place currently on the island. We will get him to the closest thing that he has to family, which is at the Defiant Anvil in Penrith.
Monero would be happy.
Yes.
This is all.
Have you met Monero?
Yes.
It might be good to let her know that he is alive, and that we will try to get her husband back to her.
I shall let her know. Ileana would ask if they had any children, and if she would know
No.
what happened to them. Okay.
They got married just before she went to Penrith.
Alright.
Elliot nods. This is the only safe haven we got on this here island. In and out. On to the next target. There's a man named Dustin Hart. He's the owner of the
Destin.
Walking Window. Huh?
Destin.
Yeah, Dustin Hart. He's the owner of the Walking Window. His location is unknown. If we ever come across him on this here island, again, he is also on the high target value list to either extract or possibly have to kill.
Who is he exactly?
Is it Destine, like female's name?
No, it's
Or-
Destin. It's just how it's
Okay.
Dustin. Was that the broker?
spelled. The guy with the magic item shop? Yes.
Yeah. Dustin, he owns a magic item shop. He's very nice.
Indeed. We have no idea where the hell he's at on this here island. He's somewhere in that mass chaos.
Knowing Dustin, he's probably scrolled away somewhere.
Let's hope for that. If not, he's probably dead. But we can only hope for the best. See, next on the list, Anera Root. She's a high priestess of the Temple of Ula, and she's being forced to keep and run that temple. And all of the temple folk that used to be there, well, and he looks to Selna.
They were brutally murdered in front of her. The only reason they kept her alive is they did not want to anger God while mining.
Ula. God of
hills and mining.
And mountains.
And mountains. Yep.
Atlan's old god.
Mhm.
If we can, I would love to get her out of there and out of harm's way. But again, all these high value target lists are either get out successfully or kill them. Now, I ain't want to do that to a high priestess of the Temple of Ula, but if we have to, we ain't got no choice. And last thing on the list that I have here is I totally forgot about this, and he looks to Ileana and then the group. A Merry Mithril Port. still lives.
She
Yeah,
had
we
the same
heard.
restrictions as the others.
She's a judge. We either capture her or execute her.
Does she have? Does she hold a position here, or?
She's a judge.
Oh,
What
I
city was
see.
it again, son?
The city judge of the Mythoport, Marilona.
Yep, in the myth report. Mary, you know, the one that with her, I guess her man who
Bard.
decided to blow up most of the wolf when them zombies attacked the city.
Kieran tilts her head.
Oh, this is before you even showed up, Fluffy Butt. Don't worry about it.
Wait, zombies attack the city?
Yes.
So they're working with undead.
Oh no.
No, that was because of Orcus attacking.
Never mind.
I mean, they could. work with
Urgus is
undead.
the demon prince of undeath.
What was the name of the temple? I don't remember.
Marinalona? That one? Or the Temple of Ula? You need the Temple of Ula's person name?
Yes, Temple of Ula.
Yes, please.
An arrow root. Yep. And then the other one was Mary, who's
Arena. Hold on.
yeah. An arrow. Yep. So, and he like holds up the list to Ilion and them. This list needs to be completed before we even have any thoughts of going to attack the capital. That's just suicide.
So it's better off to go start being small before we start big. Is this what we're getting here?
There is one other point on the map, and she points to the large marsh. Number 12.
The Shadow
Inside,
Henge.
exactly. Inside these marshes is a place called the Shadow Henge. We believe it is how they came back to this area. I'm of the understanding that some of you may know this and some of you may not. You have dealt with Shadow Fae before.
Yes.
And you had two taken to their camps, did you not?
Yes.
And how much time had passed for them? On their perspective.
Barely even an instant. I could look at my notes if you need the exact time.
It was like 6 seconds, wasn't it?
They had enough time to look at each other, realize that they were there, and then the gate spell happened. But for us, it was... How long was it, Spartans?
It was
Really?
like 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
They have an army, which they've now probably connected to that one, to come here. It's been about 3 months since they opened the portal to that part of the Fae. That army is coming. And they will have no problem leaving this island and claiming more land. The time has been ticking and wasting.
The closest port of storm is Penrith.
Correct, since that large flash in the sky.
Oh, and the gods sealed the heralds away.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm. They're
Interesting.
slumbering now.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to deal with them here anymore.
At least we're supposedly be able to have more choice in our own destiny. So we can.
She smiles. I rather like the gods having a say in my destiny, to be honest with you. It means if I was off a day, maybe I'd have a little bit of help.
I ain't think there ain't no destiny out here, Ileana. Out here, it's either death or survival.
I know. Just informing you of what I'd heard.
That's all the information that we scouted out so far. We need help from Penrith.
What help? How much? How large is the people? What provisions do you want? Should I get in contact with it?
He points to the arrow he gave you. Have them make as much and whatever quality weapons as they can from that material, if they can find any more. Get the NOS involved. Send whatever help you can, I don't care who. And, well,
Hofstra is our first target. If you can take out Hofstra, we can cut off any supplies setting up traps between the northern Irt Forest and the Shadow Marsh.
And how should we go about
The what first?
13 and 12, by the way. So anywhere along this route, I'll show you. They're thieves. They can ambush anyone trying to travel.
and Rangers.
Yeah, thieves, rangers. They can set up ambushes. They're not going to be able to touch the teleportation circles. But if they don't have mages to do them, then they don't have to worry about teleportations. We need to take back, and she kind of draws a line down the map, the left half of this map. If we can cut them off, we can then actually attempt to find and disarm the Shadowed Henge.
Elliot nods. And stands up and crosses his arms. He's like,
If that
it ain't
army
gonna be
arrives,
today.
It's over.
What'd you say, Seb?
If that army arrives, the Irt Atoll is lost for good. As is probably Penrith.
Aye.
do you guys have a plan to actually take Hofsa's life?
The way I see it, there's potentially 3 options. You can take it by force, in which you are fighting up the hills as archers rain down upon you. You can attempt to sow discord in Hosfa, or you can attempt to simply just take the head of the snake.
Sneak in, that is.
Sneak in, assassinate, and then work your way down.
Start with the architect?
No. You have no chance to get to him right now. He has the majority of his forces surrounding him.
That is complete suicide.
Outside of the architect, outside of being a manipulator and a tactician, he is no physical threat. If you take out his generals, he loses support.
How many generals are there?
3.
3? May I get the names of them?
Delmilla, Svigard, and Marilona. There his judges. They are what extends his reach. He also won't move from Acranes if the generals start falling. He will pin him.
Why won't he move?
Because he's much safer in the castle than he is at trying to move to another location.
It makes sense.
If you were surrounded by some odd hundreds or thousands of men, would you leave?
I would not.
I have one question, Ethan. Sorry, what was it? Sorry, Elliot.
Elliot.
Sorry.
Elliot. Wow.
I'm sorry. It's late for me.
It's all good.
Do you know what the relationship between these three judges are? Are they allies? Are they, rivals?
Oh. They're all working together. I'm pretty sure they're allies.
No, I was just wondering. That's all.
It'd be easier to just sow discord between the people, their soldiers, and the command than it would be to sow between each other. Because even if they have an argument, the architect would simply step in and decide the victor.
Well, I didn't think y'all are gonna go out there today, or right now.
We've got word to reach to get back to Penrith. Get the Nos involved, as you said. Do you want the
I
coin?
ain't-
Irt looks at the map and looks at the hostile, and she says, "It's probably possible to actually sneak in, because if we go head on, that is risky, and if we actually sneak in, it might be better off." And she looks at Selna and says, "Is there some kind of back entrance to Hosfa?"
There is. Through the older mines. It is a long tunnel system. One we've used in the past. She points to number 5. It's the Silver Hollow. Now mind you, traversing through it will take a day, but it will lead you into a hidden location in the mines. Only reason we've not used it is we cannot fight through all the people. A small group, however, might be able to make their way. We just don't have. We have people that are sneaky, but none that are sneaky and capable of fighting if things were to go wrong. If we just kill our men, these civilians are dead.
You're looking for expert assassins, then, really?
I'm looking for people who want to shape the face of the atoll.
We're barely holding on here, defending all these folk that are down there that you just watched pass by. We got defenses in the rear, defenses in the front. Do a couple scouting missions every once so often. But we need more of y'all to come and help tackle on these objectives that we got set up already. It ain't gonna be easy, it ain't gonna go overnight, but if we don't do anything, Penrith is next.
If you want, I can stay.
Like looks to Arturia, then looks to Elna.
Solomon?
Selna. Sorry.
You may stay or return. That is your choice.
I want to be where I can be most helpful. If I stay, I can help you take these objectives and be ready on hand if you need me.
She kind of whispers to one of them who he will show you to your quarters when we are finished.
Okay.
I'm going to stay for a while as well. I can heal and I can create food and water for replenish a few supplies, and then I can make my own way back tomorrow.
Irt looks at Selna, and then she looks at Ileana, and then back at Selna. I might know someone who might want to go through here. I'll actually go back to Penrith and ask if he is interested in helping out.
Nods.
I'll contact the Nost. She'd ask if sending is available in areas, or if there was like a time you would welcome sendings. Given
She
the
says that
anti-magic
we'll have to walk you out. Elliot can show you to the planes if you're going to send. Mainly because it's all like a non-scrying, non-detection spell around here.
Mhm.
So sending
Oh,
would
yeah.
work either way. You'd have to actually go to the planes. Or get out in the boat, one of the two.
Oh no, what she was asking was if, like, if she goes back to Penrith to tell the Nost and everybody what happened, if there was a time, like, somebody could wander out so that they could have like a meetup time for information
Looks
to be
to
shared.
Elliot, what time do you normally take your night scouting?
Night scouting's usually, let's see, about 2 hours before sundown. 2 hours after sundown.
2 hours after sundown, he exits. That's when you'll be able to send to him.
Getting worried when I didn't hear from you.
I was getting worried none of y'all were going to show up the past couple days.
Made it. A little late, but we made it.
Let's hope we're not too late.
Do you want me to bring Bubba Bear?
Elliot shook his head. This place ain't no rat for Bubba Bear. He comes out here, goes on a scouting mission with me. He's more likely going to be slaughtered than survive. If I'm by
I'll tell
myself,
him you're doing well.
thank you. If I'm by myself and out here, I could survive longer than most of y'all and Bubba Bear combined.
She nods very well, and it sounds like everyone has their next task.
Do you have a copy of the Irt Atoll that I can take back with me?
Yeah, she fetches you a map.
Or takes him, puts it in her
Found it.
bag?
Elliot writes down the list of the names and hands it to Ileana only.
Leon takes it. You stay until the Irt Atoll is back under non-shadow favorable?
I gotta stay here until all these folk are right by them. So yeah, I ain't gonna leave.
Will you tell Thread I will be staying here also, Miss Ileana?
Of course.
Thank you.
If you need me to do research, just let me know. Back in Penrith for whatever reason. I don't know what I could do, but could probably help.
Do what you can. And it's key to get more of those. And he points to the cold steel arrows.
Ileana nods. I'll see what Q can come up with.
I would like to stay and help.
You're gonna stay? Elliot looks surprised, looking to Kieran.
I can go out at night and help. You're not much for now, but I'll do what I can.
Aerith looks at Kieran and then goes over and gives her a hug, and she whispers to her, "Be safe."
Care nods.
Elliot looks at Kieran. Go out and scouting missions with me at night.
And then I'll let you cut off.
Sparks you cut. Do it ism.
We're done. Tay's still here?
Yeah.
Titans.
Sparks, are you here? So, well, at this point, anyways, those of you that are returning to Penrith will teleportation circle with Ileana to Penrith. Those of you staying, Adventure 1 will be open as the Irt Atoll temporary room. So,
Yep.
we'll say goodbye to Twitch. Thank you, Twitch.
Well,
Bye, Twitch.
Bye.